I am here with author Garry Estrada. Garry just released his new book titled Letters from Heaven. Garry, thank you so much for being here today. How are you?
Great.
Good. Well, I just want to pick your brain a little bit. Why don't you start by just telling us a little bit about your book?
Okay. Well, Letters from Heaven was actually, it started 30 plus years ago. And the letters were a creation revolving around true life events. So situations, 5 different situations, 5 letters that related to those situations, relating to real people. And that's how it all started. And then I kind of got them all together and I thought, I don't know what inspired me to put them together. Something did, I can't recall. It might be Alzheimer's, I'm not sure. But anyway, they came together and what I did was I added a little twist to the letters. I created poetic letters. So they're letters and poem, not taken away from the letters themselves, but just gives them a nice rhythm.
And I know you said you aren't really sure about the inspiration, but do you have any indication of what might have led you to put them all together and get them published?
Well, the inspiration is from the Holy Spirit. These letters are actually God speaking to me. So, for example, the first letter, which is where I got the title, Letters from Heaven, was about a man, a good friend of mine who died of cancer, and his wife said at the funeral, I wish Keith would have left me a letter. So I went home and I was thinking about that, and I went into prayer and I said, Father, what would Keith say if he were writing from heaven to his wife? What would he say? I mean, he died in a hospital bed. He had cancer. It ate him to the bone. He had a lot of pain. What is he going to say now? And I thought, whoa, and God I felt like God said, Keith, write a letter. I'm going to give it to Garry to send to your wife. And that's honestly what I felt like God did. So the letter that's what inspired the letter. It was really the Holy Spirit just giving me the words of which I believe Keith would have said to his wife. And the same with all the others.
And Garry, if you could say, one thing about your book to your audience, what would you say?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know. I would ask a question, actually, maybe a series of questions, which is, have you ever wanted God to speak to you? Have you ever felt like you're in a situation, whether it's a death in the family or whether you have children who are rebellious, or whether you've been in a situation or you know of someone who's been abused, what you would say, Father in heaven, where do I go? What can I say? What do I do? Where's my comfort? And this book is Letters from Heaven is all about God intervening in those situations. It's about grace. It's about mercy. It's about unconditional love. It's about light at the end of the tunnel. God giving you a peace that goes beyond understanding, which is allocated by the Holy Spirit to believers exclusively. And it's like, I'm in troubled times, but I have peace. And this is what this book is all about. It's bringing to light those truths that God gives to us and is there for us. That's what this book is all about. It's hope. It's a light. It's a beacon of light. And if you would love to feel that inspiration, read these books. I've had people cry as they've read these letters because they meant so much to them. I had one gentleman say, I'm putting this right next to my Bible. I've had women and others say, Garry, I was so blessed by reading these letters. They're very powerful. And how do you convey that other than you have to read it? And once you read those letters, you just want to embrace them and buy copies for others.
Well, Garry, thank you so much for sharing with us today. Once again, Garry Estrada's book, you can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple iTunes, and thank you so much once again, Garry.
God bless you. Thank you.